Hello guys, welcome to another video, and today I want to talk about a bad experience that I had once again with another courier driver. Let's get into it. So I had a job which was basically a route picking up from NW10. It was to do 4 stops in the TW4 area, come back to NW10, pick up a bit more and do 4 stops in the Dartford area, DA postcodes. And the collection was at 7 a.m. So what I did was I had a driver who said he could do it all, right? So you can go to NW10, pick it all up, drive to TW4, deliver all the 4 stops, come back, pick up again, go to DA, deliver all 4 stops, and then once he's finished, he can go home from there. And these deliveries, they're timed. They're not strictly enforced, but they have times where you're predicted to reach your delivery. So he picked up 7 a.m. He was on time, right? I was doing my own thing. I was working. I wasn't really tracking. I don't know where he went, but I know it was around 9 a.m. and the first delivery still hasn't been delivered. So I said, okay, that's weird, because NW10 to TW is literally around 40 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour max if it's rush hour. But okay, that's weird. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said, let me give him another 10-15 minutes. I called him after 10-15 minutes and I said, oh, like, how's it going? He goes, oh, like, I'm 10 minutes away from my first delivery. So, oh, well, like, we're like an hour behind. Like, is everything okay? Like, did the van break down? Or no, like, I'm just 10 minutes away. Okay. Anyways, another 20 minutes, half an hour's gone by. First delivery isn't done. So I called him again. I said, oh, well, where are you? Oh, I'm just offloading the first delivery. We're already like an hour and a half behind schedule. It's nearly like 9:45 at this point. I said, oh, okay, cool. I finally, around 10 a.m, I finally get the first stop done. The next stop is on the maps, when I checked, was a 7-minute drive. It took him half an hour to get there, which is weird, but okay. He now gets there. That one he delivered fine. It wasn't a problem, but he took half an hour to get there. It was around 11 a.m. and he's on his second delivery. 11 a.m, we should have been nearly on the way back, or if not already back, to get the second load to go to Dartford. Okay, he's taking his time. I can see he's a slow driver. It's fine. Gave him the benefit of the doubt, left it as it is. Around 11:15, he marks off the second delivery, and my company, now that I'm doing the job for, calls me and says, oh, how long does your driver need to get back? So I said, oh, okay, let me have a look. I called him. He goes, yeah, I'm just on my way to my third delivery. But he took another 30 minutes to get to his third delivery, which is also like another 7 to 10 minute drive. I now have the pressure of telling my customer what's going on, because why is he taking so long? So I called my first driver and I basically said, look, I'm going to pay you the half day instead of the full day and just do the TWs. Forget about the Dartford, just do the TWs. He said, okay, cool, perfect, blah, blah. He ended up finishing around 1 p.m, which nearly 5.5 hours. Honestly, I can't explain why, but he nearly took 5.5 hours to complete 4 stops in the Townsville area from NW10. I don't know what he was doing, but anyways, I had to get another driver. So I now subbed out a CX driver, and I said, oh, cool, listen, it's picking up from NW10. You got 4 stops in Dartford. He quoted whatever he quoted. I don't remember what it was, but I do know that when I checked his address, he lived in a Dartford postcode. So I said, okay, cool, this is perfect for him. He's gonna go home and he's gonna do the deliveries and then go home from there. He picked up, the time I subbed out the job, he was 30 minutes away. He drove all the way to NW10, picked up. The first driver still hasn't completed his first 4 stops. I was like, wow. Anyways, as long as he just completes the 4 stops, don't care. We're already running super late. The Dartford ones are already running super late because it got delayed because of the first driver. Anyways, the first driver calls me. He goes, oh, I'm loaded, but the boxes are all mixed up. So what do you mean? He goes, so it's 4 stops, but they're all mixed up. I said, no, like, they're mixed together, but it comes on 1 pallet or 2 pallets, which is, there's going to be number 4s. It's like cases of alcohol. So there's going to be number 4s are going to be at the back, which is going to be your 4th stop, followed by stop 3, followed by stop 2, followed by stop 1. He goes, yeah, but they're all on the same pallet. I said, yeah, but you can see how many boxes you got, so just count. So when you get to the first stop, if you got 10, wherever says number 1, there should be 10 of those. You take 10 out, deliver them. Number 2, if there's 20, you take 20 out, deliver them. He done the drive. It took him around 2 hours and a bit to get to Dartford, which is fine because it's cross city during rush hour, so I know how long it takes, and it is what it is. Cool. He got to his first stop, and he done his first stop. His first stop went fine actually. It was already super late, but it's obviously not his fault. Then the second stop, he just stops answering me and his tracker's off. I'm like, oh no, like the first driver already finished 3 or 4 hours late to do 4 stops in TW4. I said, please don't let the second driver be as bad. He took his tracker off and nowhere to be seen. I'm calling him, nothing. He then calls me back. He goes, my van broke down. I said, surely if your van broke down, you would call me to let me know. We can arrange another driver. We can sort out some help. Like, you would let the shipper know that you're currently on a job. It's going to be delayed. Whatever. Didn't let me know. He goes, oh yeah, my van broke down. I'm at stop 2, so I'm just going to offload stop 2. Which is weird because you haven't replied to me in an hour. You're at your second stop. Coincidentally, your van broke down outside the second stop, but you've been there for an hour and you didn't offload. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't making sense. At this point, I just want my deliveries done. I already had a stressful day. He then marked the delivery as completed, and he goes, my friend is going to come in a car to take the other 2. I said, okay, fine. Like, at this point, I don't care. Like, as long as we just get the delivery completed, like, do whatever you need. Like, I asked him, do you want me to send another driver? He said, no, it's fine. My friend's going to come in another car. I said, cool. His friend now comes. He told me 15 minutes. His friend gets an hour later for whatever reason. We're now like 4 hours behind schedule. So the customer's already going on to me saying, what is happening? Why is it taking so long? TW4s were so late. Now Dartfords are so late. Which is now, this is a bad look for me because these are supposed to be my drivers and we're running so late. So the pressure's on me. And this is what people don't see. People think the shippers are just being annoying, but it's no, because we can now lose a contract or lose a customer by not giving them good drivers, right? Especially when these drivers are technically representing my company, even though they might not necessarily be my own drivers, if that makes sense. Anyways, his friend gets there and he sent me a picture of the boxes in a car. His friend's car now popped a tire. I was like, oh, no. So he said his friend's nearby. He's got a van that he can do the delivery, right? I said, cool. I said, how far away is your friend? He told me, oh, my friend's 15 minutes away. Cool. An hour has gone by. His friend still hasn't collected. I still helped him out. I told him, mate, like, if your friend can't, I'll send the driver. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even angry. I just want to get this job done. I'm not fast. Like, if you need a driver, let me know. No, it's fine. My mate, he's got a van. He's nearby. He can do it. He's just gonna come pick the stuff up from me. It's a 7-minute drive from stop A to stop B. From the moment that first call happened, he took 1 hour and 40 minutes to get to the second stop. He got to the second stop. He was offloading for an hour. Again, it doesn't make sense because I do these runs. I know how these runs are, and I know they can be a pain in the arse. Some of these you have to go downstairs, and some of them say like, can you leave it at a certain area, whatever it may be. I understand that it's hard, but over an hour, so come on, like, what are you guys doing? Like, long story short, Dartford, the last stop in Dartford was meant to be delivered at 3 p.m. or 3:40, I think 3:30. It was delivered at 8 p.m. I now got a message from the company I do deliveries for saying the customers complained because they had a delivery stop which was before 5 p.m. You delivered at 8 p.m. and it was a pub. And the reasons pub don't like us delivering at that time is because they're busy at that time with their own customers. They can't really take staff out to come and check the order. They also don't want people coming in and out delivering when the pubs are full because it's just not convenient for anyone. And it put me in a sticky situation where I actually didn't get a route for another few days after that. And I know that I didn't get a route because my drivers are now seen as unreliable. And so I left a negative feedback for the first driver because it's short. Like, it's impossible for you to take nearly 6 hours, 7 hours for you to do 4 stops which are all next to each other, which on paper should have been done within 2.5 hours, right? Either you co-loaded or you did something. I don't know what it was, but you did something. You switched off your tracker, which is very like weird. Why would you start the day with a tracker on, then switch it off? Like, I don't understand that. That's, for me, that's the number one red flag. Then I gave a negative feedback to the second driver, and it wasn't because he broke down, because again, that's also stuff that you can't control. It happens. I've broken down, my driver's broken down. It literally happens more than you think, right? That wasn't the problem. The problem was, it was the lack of communication. I'm calling him, he's not answering. I'm messaging him, he's not answering. I'm not going to show the WhatsApps, but I literally message, didn't get a reply. It was the fact that I said, do you want me to send you a driver? No, like, I've got another option. I've got another driver, blah, blah. I said, I'll send you a driver now because I can literally get someone to get there within 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. He goes, no, it's fine. Literally delayed at an extra hour and a half more than it should have been. Took so long to complete 4 stops. Coincidentally broke down, said that he's been broken down for an hour in front of the shop, but didn't do the delivery, but then did the delivery because he was broken down in front of the shop. But surely if you were right in front of the shop and you're broken down, you just do the delivery and then we can sort out the van stuff later. So in my eyes, I believe it's a lie. I don't believe he broke down at all. I think, again, whatever reason, maybe I've co-loaded, I don't know, I can't explain because until today I don't know. Anyways, and I left 2 negative feedbacks, and one of the drivers gave me a negative feedback, and I said, whoa, as a shipper I did nothing wrong. So then now I had to dispute it with the courier exchange, and I basically said, look, this is tick for tack, this is exactly what happened, these are the screenshots, everything's there, all the evidence there. The courier exchange removed my my negative feedback because they basically said, we can tell this is tick for tack, he just did it because you did it to him. And yeah, and since then I just blocked the driver. But it just goes to show, like, I have certain drivers that are so good that I know that once I give them the job, I can just switch off my phone. I don't, but I know that if I did, they would manage a way and do it, and I don't have to worry. Whether it's a nighttime job, I can go to sleep and I don't have to worry. And then there's other drivers where to do the simplest of things is like the hardest job in the world, and I don't understand. It's literally so easy. They're all pubs, meaning they're all going to be open, so there's not going to be a problem of no one's at home or the place is closed. Like, they're all open. You just literally have to get there, offload to wherever they tell you to offload, and that's it. I actually didn't even pick the cheapest of drivers. I actually picked a decent price with good feedback, so I was expecting the job to be done well. And it goes to show, as in, why certain couriers would prefer to use drivers that they know who will do good jobs, and even whether they have to pay a bit more doesn't really matter as long as they know they're going to get a good job out of it. I see loads of courier drivers, they make WhatsApp groups with their own drivers, so they post, for example, if they have a job going from Birmingham to Bristol, they'll post on the WhatsApp group, and if any drivers within that WhatsApp group, which are all verified and qualified, if they can't do it, then they post on the courier exchange. But what this leads to is less people posting on the courier exchange, because if they can get it done within their own WhatsApp groups, and it's guaranteed to be good drivers because they won't accept anyone who's not a good driver within that WhatsApp group, less courier companies are going to start posting on the courier exchange, and therefore it reduces the amount of workload that's on there. But the only people that are damaging is the bad drivers on the courier exchange. So guys, just do a good job. If your van breaks down, communicate with the shipper. He's not going to get angry. It happens. You're just going to both find a solution together, and so be it. However, what you don't do is ignore the shipper, switch off your tracker, probably co-load or do something else. I don't know what you was doing, so I can't really explain. But just communicate with the shipper. Like, they're not your enemies. Like, we're literally working together. We both want to get the job done. I'm going to make a small percentage of the job. You're going to get paid, and that's it. But I feel like certain drivers are just making it hard for the other drivers. What I tell people is, if you're a good driver, shippers are going to like you. They're going to want to use you. They will be willing to pay more. Just be a good driver, do a good job, and you can build your courier business like that. Anyways guys, sorry about my rant, but thank you for watching, and if you're enjoying this content, then please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.